Yeah.
Steve's a bit quiet. He's got a bit of a sore throat.
Oh, a bit of a sore throat. Murder. All week. It's been murder, Rick.
We couldn't work all this week,
No, I've been
because,
off, sick.
Steve's been in Bristol. Carl, you're not impressed?
It's just, I don't understand why having a sore throat sort of...
Oh, he's done you.
Right, what if the sore throat was so painful, it was like you've got broken glass and razor blades in your throat? You can hear now that I'm not even speaking from down in the throat, I'm speaking from the very top of it like that, so it sounds a bit weird.
But you're right.
What?
Your hands are alright, aren't they?
Yeah, but we talk when we're writing, don't we? I can barely talk. It was it was agony. I couldn't sleep because it was so painful. Even when I was just lying there, motionless, it was hurting.
I just was surprised because we got back off holiday and, called Ricky and said, alright, is Steve alright? And he said, oh, he's had to go back home or something and he's stayed there because he's got a sore throat.
Yeah.
I didn't understand why you can't, like, just go home. I mean, how old are you?
What?
I don't understand why you got to be at your mum and dad's when you're feeling a bit ill.
I happened to be at my mum and dad's. My mum and dad's. Now I'm talking like you. When this sore throat really kicked in, so I thought I may as well stay and get a bit of the creature comforts of home.
Do you know what I pictured though when he told me?
See, my parents aren't like yours, Carl. Your father would have popped down to the phone box and maybe looked to see if there were any kind of throat lozenges.
Strepsils.
Yeah. Whereas my mum phones up the doctor first thing she can. I'm straight down there with my dad. They're snapping into action. They're trying to sort me out.
It's a bit like that Ronnie Corbett thing, isn't it?
Sorry.
That sorry thing.
You're right, Carl. Yes, you're absolutely right. It's just like that.
Oh,
No,
dear.
it's just because
You just went on holiday with your parents.
Well, not with mine.
No,
with
right.
Suzanne's, and it won't be happening again. So,
Well,
that's that sort.
we'll have more
Didn't work
about
out
that a
for
little
you?
bit later.
Interesting.
But it's just that. I mean, we were talking about it last night because I was saying to Suzanne, I said, "Oh, Steve's, you know, he's been living at home all week." She said, "Oh, is he
I like
really?"
the way he talks about you behind your back as well.
Thanks.
And, and she said, "So what's up with him?"
Malingering geek.
And I
said.
said, "Oh, he's got a sore throat or something."
She went sore throat.
So, she said, "Well, you don't know how serious it is. Don't be, you know, don't be off-hand with him tomorrow, because, you know, if he's coming in and he's still not right, because she always sticks up for you."
Yeah.
Right. And she
Because
said,
she's
and
got
anyway,
some sense.
she said, and anyway, you're no good when people are ill. I said, hang on, what are you talking about? So, apparently, when we first sort of started going out, the first time she was ill, she kind of thought, she saw the real me. Because she was ill in bed and that, and I was saying, oh, get up. And,
Of course you can drink alcohol with these.
and I just was like, you know, you make yourself feel worse if you lie in bed. I said, come on, we need to go shopping. And she said, you go shopping. I said, no, I'm not, because I'm rubbish at shopping for food. Do you know what I mean? I'm alright at getting that night's food, but once it starts, like, you've got a plan.
Sure, yeah, you're dropping the bananas, you know
Yeah,
what
I forget all sorts of stuff. So she said,
Couscous all over the floor.
well, she was like feeling hot on that. She said, I've got a temperature. I said, well, come to the supermarket and not hang about in the chicken, frozen chicken section, cool yourself down.
Yeah, sure.
And, it made her worse. So now she was like, do you remember that? And I was kind of like, yeah.
Who's that hot woman sitting in the chicken fillets?
Yeah.
That's Carl's girlfriend.
Yeah.
She's obviously ill again.
Even when I was...
Can I ask, because after last week's show, when you had your breakdown, you went off to Hastings with your girlfriend, stroke carer, Suzanne. Now, what does she... Because whenever we meet Suzanne, we bumped into Suzanne recently at the BBC, Ricky and I. She's always very nice to us, very polite, we have a nice little chat. But I'm always wondering, what is it that she thinks of us, really? You know, because I'm assuming you immediately go home and whinge.
No, but they tortured me. You saw they tortured me on air.
Now, what does she make of us?
Did she listen to the show last week?
Yeah, she did, yeah. She knew I was annoyed.
Right.
So, she sort of gave me a look like... You know what I mean? Like that, when I... Because we went to Hastings...
That wasn't because you had, like, Marmite or something over your face.
No, it was like... So we didn't talk for a bit, I just was like, you know, getting over it.
Sure.
Thinking, I'm sick of this.
Yeah.
Right? You know, is the new kitchen really worth it and all that?
I phoned him up, left a message after the show. I said, you seemed a bit quiet when you left. I just want to make sure it wasn't anything I said.
Well, no one...
You're still doing your Samaritans work?
yeah. Did it ring, or did you just ignore it, let it go to answer machine?
I think I turned it off. I left it off, didn't I?
Yeah.
Just left it off all day and
But
that.
what does she make of us? Does she genuinely think... Does she not really like us?
It's weird, because there's no one who she doesn't really like, which annoys me, because she says to me, well, she says to me, I'm the opposite, do you know what I mean? I'm like, oh, everybody annoys you.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, but that's my choice, right?
Sure.
And that's why I don't bother getting mates and that, because
Sure.
it's just hassle.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But the problem is, sometimes me being like that affects stuff that she wants to do. So, you know, if a mate...
Like, see her family and friends.
Well, let's not say her family or friends, but say if one of her mates had a baby.
Right.
Right?
Right.
I mean, you know...
Naming no names.
So this happened?
Well, I've just got to watch what I'm doing, haven't I, now? Because of all...
The builder who knows you're slagging him off and saying he nicked stuff.
Yeah. So, you know, she's got a few mates who have had kids recently.
Right.
Yeah.
So one of them had a kid, yeah, go on.
Right. And, she wanted to go and see it, right? And she said, you can come with us, and I was like, you know what I feel about babies.
Sure, you've seen one, you've seen them all.
Yeah.
So they all look like Mel Smith. Why do I need to see another one?
Yeah.
Right? And she's like, yeah, but come and see it, you know, you get on with them. Come and see them. And I was like, it's a long way away.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That's probably narrowed it down again.
Yeah.
So, and that annoys her, because I can't be bothered. Do you know
What
I
did
mean?
you say? You say, no, I'm not coming to see him, I don't
I'm
like
not
him.
going all the way to Swindon.
What did you did he, yeah, or Birmingham, or Cornwall.
Yeah, wherever it
well, you know who you are, if you had a baby,
Yeah,
sort of in the
but-
last
but
sort
if
of,
they are-
and
if
Carl
they
didn't
are-
show up, and Suzanne said, what Suzanne, what excuse did she say? You're working or busy or?
No, well, to be fair, I was working, right? And they
Yeah.
are nice people and
Oh,
stuff.
now you're backtracking, because
No,
now,
I'm just
do they
saying, yeah.
listen?
Yeah, but
Do they listen to the show?
They might do.
So you know they listen to the show. So once again, you've got an anecdote where the people who you've admitted to not liking to see their baby or
No,
care about
no,
them
no,
are
no.
listening to the show.
No.
Maybe it's, I don't know, maybe the builder's listening once
They're
again.
nice people, I like them.
Just
all like their baby.
just sneeze in the chili pot.
When the kid's older, I'll go and see him. It's
Yeah.
just, do you know what I mean? When it's got its own little character. As a baby, it could be any baby. Do you know what I mean? It's got nothing to offer me.
I know what you mean.
It could be a toy baby.
But you know what I mean?
It could be a bag of sugar.
No, I know what you mean, yeah.
Yeah.
When it can start talking and, you know.
And lend
Play
you
around
money.
with it.
yeah.
It's
yeah.
got good toys and stuff. It's well worth
Yeah.
going, but at the
Yeah.
moment,
Yeah, nothing.
I'll see it when it's about
So you go,
6.
oh, you want to know what? Yeah, brilliant. Put it to bed. Let's have a game of Scrabble.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we were talking about on our way to Hastings last week. For me, that's where I went to chill. Well, do you want a bit now, or what? What we're doing?
What? No, I wanted you to tell Steve about your holiday because you told me in
I
the
am
week.
intrigued.
Go on.
Steve, I mean, bad idea. I had a feeling anyway about going away with like Suzanne's mum and dad, because I've never been into sort of family holidays anyway, right? Even when you see it, whenever I've been on holiday and you see like families on planes and that, and they're all having a laugh and a joke, loving it, and then on the plane going back, you can see that they've gone off into groups, and like, the dad isn't talking to the daughter and all that business. So I thought, asking for trouble, but I do everything once. Do you know what I mean? Boxing, dancing, going on holiday with parents and that.
Yeah.
Give it a go, see how it goes, right? So
Not your A levels, but fair enough.
it started off. It started off bad, didn't it? Because last week I told you that our dad called us up and said, I want to take some tea bags with us to Madeira.
Yeah.
What's the best way of packing them?
Yeah.
Right. So I knew there was going to be problems like that, because the thing with Suzanne's family, right? They like having a routine. They know what they're doing every day. They know what they're having for tea every day. It's the same thing every week and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I thought this is going to be interesting, this, because they can't do what they normally do.
Sure.
I love it. I love you treating it like an experiment.
Yeah.
Right.
Just watching them all the time.
So the first problem was they'd never flown before. So I was winding them up a bit. Saying,
course you were.
It's murder. It's really horrible. Plane goes all over the place. And a mum had done some research saying, well, I've been reading about it, and
Well, she got a funny accent.
more people, there's more chance of me being killed on a donkey than there is on a plane. So I upset her. I said, right,
Especially
when we
if you
get
go to
there,
Spain.
I said, when we get there, let's see if there's any donkeys on the beach.
Yeah.
Right? And she didn't like that. So,
Oh, what? To joke about you hoping she died?
yeah.
Oh, what's up with that?
Right, so we get there, and, they see the villa and that, they're quite happy with all that business,
Yeah.
right, all that stuff. And then, as time went on, I was getting a bit sort of fed up with them being around us all the time, because
Yeah, sure.
I think you should have your own time when you go on holiday
course,
with the
yeah.
family. You should say, right, you go off and do your thing,
Yeah.
we'll do our thing, and we'll meet up later and talk about what we've been doing and stuff. Anyway, so it gets to like the Thursday, we've been away since Monday, right? And I said, right, we're going out tonight. So, our mum says, yeah, we'll come with you. I said, no, it's just us, we're having a bit of time on our own, right?
Is it true you said to her, you told me this, you said to her, you started to annoy me, I want some time on my own?
Well, I told her at the start, I said, it's going to be interesting this, because people annoy me when they're around me a lot.
Sure.
So I wasn't nasty to her, I just was saying people, not her.
All right.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? I'm just saying, you're gonna get on my nerves. So,
You hailed a donkey for her.
so, no, but, seriously, right, with the flying, do you know those stockings that you can get because of, deep vein thrombosis?
Sure.
She had them on in the cab.
Brilliant.
And it's only a 2-hour flight as well, so that was annoying me. Right, so anyway, it gets to this, you know, the Thursday night when I'm going out with Suzanne.
Yeah.
And, our mum's like sat on the sun lounger outside, so where are we going tonight? I said, no, like I said, it's just us, we're going out having a bit of time to ourselves. So, I could see as the day was getting on, she was realising that she's got a night in with, like, her husband,
Yeah.
right? Her face started to, like, look miserable.
Sure.
I thought, I'm loving this. Right? So I said, right, I'm going in to go and have a shower, go and, get ready for tonight, it's gonna be great.
And winding them up, just wind them up because they can't come, because he said they can't.
Yeah.
Right, so I go upstairs, have a shower and that. I come down, and, a mum's smiling.
Oh, hang on.
So I'm thinking, hang on a minute, what's gone on here? So I went to Suzanne, I said, why's your mum smiling? She's not coming. She said, no, but, my dad said he'll take her out now. So in a way, she was happy, because she got her own way,
Yeah.
which had annoyed me.
That annoyed
again.
you, sure, because you wanted
It's
to...
like,
What, you don't
go
even
on
want
holiday.
her husband taking her out?
Well, it's just the fact she didn't want to go out. She was happy to stay in and have sausage, egg and chips that they'd found from some shop that sold English food.
Right.
So that's almost like what they do if they're at home.
Sausage, egg and chips.
So she was happy with that if we were staying in and having that, but because we were going out, she was fed up.
Right.
So she's smiling, so she's going, yeah, I'm going out now. So I said, well, enjoy yourself. She said, where are you going? I said, well, it doesn't matter, does it? You don't need to know.
Sure,
She's
yeah.
not going to where we're going. Oh, you just don't want us to be in the same restaurant. So yeah, that's right. I said, I want a night out on my own with Suzanne. It's our holiday as well.
I don't know, I can talk to you about
Amazing.
this.
This is not even his own parents. This is someone else's parents. These are the parents of the woman he loves.
But even Suzanne sort of agreed with me. There's only so much time you can spend with your parents. That's why you leave. That's why when you're ill, you don't go home to them. Yeah?
Sure. Yeah. Of course, the slight difference between me and you, Carl, is that not everyone in the world annoys me.
Well, not everyone does, just...
I can see what, I felt a bit guilty that week when he said I was annoying him, but I realise it's not my fault now.
No, everyone annoys him.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was an alright holiday. It was good to get back.
Brilliant.
Won't be doing it again.
No. And what now would you say is your relationship with Suzanne's parents? Is it a frosty one?
No, I just think they know that I don't like to put up with them for a long time.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just
when we were packing, a man was upset because, like, she really liked the place where we were staying, right? Because it was quite a big villa, because there was a few of us. There was a brother as well with us, right?
Yeah.
So, our mum said, oh, I love it here. She said, I'm definitely going to book this place again. I said, it's a bit, you know, a bit big for two of you, isn't it?
Just being sarky, like, we're
Yeah.
definitely...
I said, because, you know, I won't be coming again.
You're like, I don't know what you're like, Carl. You're a monster. You're an absolute
You're one of those
monster.
people that goes, I say as speakers are fine, I say as out and gibbered whap the wibble,
Yeah.
and never the way will slap.
You're like a middle-aged man. You're like an old man. You're like an old man and you're what, 30?
I'm just imagine you scraping along in clogs and a flat cap going, oh, that tree's got to come down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Puncturing a kid's ball if he kicks it into your garden by mistake.
Yeah.
Refusing to give it back.
Yeah, gather round. Yeah, there were once Chinese kid as hairy as that cow, which is weird, because there's not many Chinese people that are hairy, but this one, I tell you, it were back in 1990.
Grandad, are you eating a Twix?
But why do owls have to turn 180 degrees to look the other way?
Because they've got big eyes.
Yeah, and what's that mean?
What do you mean, what's it mean?
Can I just... I don't think you should have children.
Well, Suzanne's always saying, you know, she'd like to hear tiny feet running around the flat and stuff. I just said, let's get a little midget cleaner.
Okay.
If you'd like Carl to humiliate himself for money, email in.
Well, Suzanne was surprised that I was like, last night I told her about it, and I
Oh,
said,
why did you do that? I don't know what I feel now. That's not good. Well, I don't know, that's not good, is it?
and she just said, well, you know, you don't like chucking money away, and that. And it was funny, because we got talking about, when we bought our first flat in Manchester, right, I bought a bed, right, I didn't have much money, and what annoyed me is, I bought the bed and it turned up, and I said, where's the mattress? And they said, well, you don't get a mattress with the bed, you got to buy that separately. And I was like, well, that's not a bed then, right? So I didn't have any more money. Suzanne's at work, so I thought, well, I don't want to stress her out at work and that, so I know we haven't got a mattress for the bed. I had a word with my dad, right? He knew a mate who had one in the back of the van, right? He said, I'll have a word with him, he'll let you have it. Got the van, brought it round, stunk of diesel and that, but I thought, well, it's free, it'll do. Yeah. They brought it up, I stuck it in the spare room. Suzanne got home, she looked at the bed, she said, that looks alright. She said, where's the mattress? I said, it's in the next room, but I thought I won't tell her because she won't like the idea. She went in, just the room stunk of like petrol fumes and that. She said, what's going on? I said, well, it's a mattress didn't come with the bed, so I've sorted you one out, I've got this off my dad. And we didn't have one night on it. She said, get rid of it.
Yeah.
I had to go and ditch it.
I don't know what she was thinking. One of your father's friends is driving around in a van with a mattress in the back.
Yeah. Was he a serial killer?
I mean, and she didn't want to sleep on it.
Like some Silence of the Lamb.
What kind of a cheapskate is she? What kind of a woman is she? That she won't sleep on a mattress that has been in the back of a transit van?
Yeah,
what I'm
covered in petrol, diesel, probably urine, and Christ knows what else. Oh.
So, you know.
Carl had to leave early last week, but you stay to the end this week, mate, or...
Yeah.
Yeah?
You don't need another holiday.
Oh, he started already.
I mean, you
Steve's
know,
made you look like a bit of a twat already, and it's
No.
only 1:05.
But the only reason you don't go on holiday is because you have to spend money.
Oh, and he's gone straight back!
Well,
He's gone straight back!
I can't come back to that.
Oh,
It's just dynamite. It's just absolute. That was
Although
searing.
the last
it cut to
holiday,
the chase.
last holiday Steve had, he sort of found a third world country so he could live like a king for a week. It was Cuba, wasn't it?
Going to Cuba, amazing. We can almost rule the place. If it weren't for Castro, I'd have been in charge. Kind of cash I was flashing around. They do anything for $1 over there. It's extraordinary, literally. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah. Oh.
Definitely. And I went to Kenya before that.
So he thought, to the prostitute said no. You were going...
Yeah, well, it was $2. I mean, I'm not made of money.
Did you have a good holiday, Carl?
Yeah, it was alright. It's alright. Went down to Cornwall.
Now,
Tell
you
you
were
what,
going to the monkey
some odd
sanctuary.
people down there, Steve.
Well, don't look at me. I'm not from Cornwall.
Well, you're from that sort of area.
Well, not really, but never
Genetically, he means.
mind. Right.
They're weird.
Well, you must have slotted right in.
What are they weird? What do they look like?
It's all sort of odd people. A lot of old people, but not just old, sort of messed up old.
What do you mean messed up old? You can't just say that. There's...
There's a woman with a funny neck.
Okay, in what way was it funny?
What did she have a funny neck? If you were writing an essay, you wouldn't say there was this one with a funny neck. How would you describe it?
She sort of had her head like pointed down all the time. Like that.
Don't do it. It's his radio.
No, but just for you, I don't like that. Walking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, okay, right. So brilliant.
I don't know. I was saying to Suzanne, what happened? You know, what do you think?
Because Suzanne knows everything. That's the good thing about her being with you. You just ask her what happened to her, and Suzanne goes, "Carl, I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't been here before."
Suzanne, your girlfriend, or mummy as you call her.
Oh, sparks are flying.
Yeah. I got a little bit of chocolate. Can you just lick a tissue and wipe it off?
Oh,
She said it might have been like because back in the olden days they carried stuff on the.
the olden
What
days.
do you mean the olden days?
This woman was probably what, 50?
No, she looked about 70.
Yeah.
But like I do on Cheeky Freak of the Week, right? I always turn it round and we get like something good out
Something
of it.
positive, yeah.
I said to Suzanne, I bet she finds a lot of money.
Yeah.
Always staring at the ground, yeah.
Oh
There's always-
dear.
there's always
Oh,
good.
so you're
Maybe
back.
she just had new shoes and she was admiring them.
Yeah.
Did you think of that? Before you point the finger and judge?
And Karl Pilkington. Carl's all a little bit, I don't know, he's a bit frustrated, he's sort of a bit sweaty and fed up today, aren't you, because of the heat?
It's too much though, isn't it?
He was taken out. He was sort of wanted to fight. You know, he doesn't usually like to fight. I sort of like lead on him and try and rub his head.
Yeah.
But today he was sort of leading it. He was sort of like getting a little bit. If I didn't know better, I'd have said it was sexual frustration.
Well, I was
like
watching, Rick, if you don't mind me saying, I was watching, not in that way, just to watch.
It was sort of like he was going, "Oh, I want to hit you," and I was
Yeah.
thinking, does he want to hit me, or does he want to do something else to me?
Exactly.
What were your thoughts, Carl?
Exactly. I mean, I saw him sort of wrestling with you on the floor, and you clearly weren't enjoying it, but he was really
Yeah.
loving
What was
it.
that going on? What's the change? Why are you suddenly sort of?
Well, what are you trying to say?
No, I'm not. I'm just saying it was weird that you suddenly. It was like you were. Oh,
You're
dunno.
saying a bit, sort of a bit gay?
No,
Is that what you're saying?
no. But what was?
Suzanne accused me of that in a week.
Why?
For being a bit gay. She said, I'm sure you're gay.
Why?
Just because I was moaning about stuff. She said, oh, you're a drama queen.
Right. Well, that's
What were you moaning about? Not having enough gay sex?
no. That she didn't have a knob.
Yeah, yeah.
It's going on. Why don't you get yourself a nice little knob?
Yeah.
I mean, can I call you Frank? Please?
Could you wear this false beard?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was just, well, we'll talk about it later. It was about the Seven Wonders. I just wasn't that impressed.
He wasn't impressed, right? He said, well, we'd say that, yeah. Well, we got a top show
That's
coming
the
up, haven't we?
But if you are a little bit, kind of, just a little bit sexually, you know, don't be afraid to let it out. I mean, if you want us to relieve you of it.
I'll tell you what. Let's have a little bit of Maggie May by Rod.
Oh, it's a
Can't
beautiful
we play
day.
Killing a Georgie?
That's your favourite song, isn't it?
Oh.
That's
yeah.
weird, isn't it?
Strange, isn't it?
That's weird. I'd like to hear Rod Stewart singing about a lovely lady, please, Carl.
As would I.
Do you want to do you want to set up Songs of Phrase?
Yeah.
Oh, God. If you've not heard the show before...
I thought we weren't doing this week.
I thought we
didn't-
weren't.
No, we'll do it once, right? And then next week's the last one, so we'll do Rockbusters. Leave
That
them
might
out.
be the last one ever, depending on whether Carl decides to come back
Yeah.
in October or not.
Exactly.
I'm bored of it. I told you I'm bored of it.
Why are you bored with it?
I get bored quick with stuff.
Yeah.
I told Suzanne the other night how lucky she was. I haven't got rid of her yet. She's, do you know what I mean? Things.
You put on a soft music though first, didn't you? You didn't just like start getting that right.
you opened a bottle of wine.
You're a very lucky girl. Sorry. Well, I usually get bored with you and that.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
You're lucky you haven't pissed off.
Yeah. Do you want to open the champagne or what?
Well, she was annoyed the other
Carl,
night.
what's that on your ear? Don't worry about it. Pigeon shit, aren't it?
We're walking to the pictures, right, to go
Yeah.
and see Bruce Almighty.
Sure.
Why?
And just something to say, innit?
Yeah. So you were trying to sneak in the back.
So on the way, cutting across Leicester Square, and those fellas who sell roses, he comes over. Do you want one? Do you want one? I said, don't do that. She's allergic to them. Right. So he'd go away.
Yeah.
She got all annoyed about that.
Because she's not allergic to them.
Well, she's not allergic now, but they're about £3 each.
But the point of that, Carl, is not that she really wants a rose, it's that you're willing to spend £3 on her.
Taking us to the pictures.
How much was that? That was £8 each. Did you pay for it though?
But didn't you ever... If I know you had her dressed up as a small child.
Yeah.
Me and my son, please.
Or you've made her sit on your shoulders and wear a long coat.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, listen, Songs of Phrase then. What are we going to talk about now? Sort of head's gone now.
Your
We've
head's
got
gone.
Monkey News.
Yeah.
And,
Why is your brain... Why is it... it seems like, since we've come back on air, you have become dimmer. I mean, it is extraordinary. It's like BSC has kicked in.
Or
and
did
you
we
really
just
are.
forget? We just forgot.
Maybe
what-
it's been a long time we've forgotten just how stupid he is.
Yeah.
It's proper... Do you mean it's the silences... You know,
Yeah.
he forgets we're on the radio. There's just
I know,
dead air.
it's unbelievable, and it's our name on this.
know.
They put up a, but as I said before, you know, he is that's no offence. He's not a bright lad or educated or anything like that. But some things he says does border on the retarded.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know.
I've been trying to take in too much information now. That's the problem recently. Well, I said to you last week, I've been like reading more books and what have you, and trying to take in too much. But the problem is, like even watching telly and that now, Suzanne said to me, you know, stop doing that. Stop watching telly late at night and going to bed, because it's making your brain too active. And I'm sort of,
Heaven forbid.
and you know, I'm trying to get to sleep and I can't. And then when I wake up, she had a go at me the other day, right? Because it was the night after watching The Fat Baby, right? Woke up in the morning, and she had a go at me because as soon as I woke up, I said something like, "How can you freeze time?" And she says, "Are you going to say good morning or whatever?"
I'm gonna burst! Just imagine it, right? It's that the sun comes up through the window. Oh, she's Carl's like that, his little head. His eyes open, he goes,
One of those floppy night hats.
how can you freeze time? Oh, God!
But it's because, like, whatever, the night before I might have heard that on the news or whatever, and it's just been sort of whizzing round my head.
Sure.
And, you know, it was a big debate. I think have they found a way of doing it or something?
What are you talking about?
They've done something about freezing time and all that.
See, this isn't information, this is nothing. That is nothing, that. They've done something about freezing time. Imagine Jeremy Paxman coming on, going, "Well, the issues tonight said something about freezing time." It's, think before you talk.
No, but I don't worry about how to do it. I just think about what effects that will
Oh,
have.
they haven't asked you to get involved?
Well, this is what I'm saying, though. You can explain it. It's a tough thing, isn't it? But what's the point of me worrying
It's
about
not a
that?
question. Do you know what he said to me the other day? This is unbelievable. This is one of the most stupid, incredible things I've ever heard. He was talking, and he suddenly stopped, and he was thinking about it, and he went, "Oh," I went, "What?" He went, "You'd never see a black ghost."
Extraordinary.
True, though, isn't it?
I've never seen a ghost, full stop.
There are no ghosts. There aren't ghosts.
No, but I mean when you just see them in, like, magazines and that.
Play a record!
So, Carl, you were going to a wedding last week. Was it last week or the week before?
No, it was last Saturday, like.
Yeah.
And he said, looking forward to it. He went, "No, it's going to be boring." Suzanne was listening, knows that the couple, were taping the show, so she had to get in there before you, didn't she? She went up to him and said, "Look, when you're risking back to the show and he says it's going to be boring, he didn't mean you, he meant weddings in general." I love the fact she has to run round and clean up after him. It's great, isn't it? How was it?
Do you not like weddings? You're not a fan of them?
They're only good for the people involved, aren't they?
What are you talking about? You're getting free food, free booze, free music?
Yeah, but it's not. It's just all hanging about, and there's loads of people there you don't know.
Absolutely, I
stuff.
agree.
Do you know what I mean? You've got to make an effort. And,
Yeah.
And even the bit that was important, right? When they were getting married, right? There wasn't enough chairs because it was, you know, all the family gets the chairs, don't they? So I was sort of stood at the back. Stood at the back of that watching, and I couldn't hear what was going on because a woman was breastfeeding the baby.
Oh!
But what, how loud was this baby guzzling away? You couldn't hear what was going on?
So it was slurping and that, and she was like, I just thought, how hungry is it?
Could it not have waited? Because you've all got to wait for the buffet or whatever later.
I know.
But also just in this.
Well, there was
day and
two,
age-
wasn't there? Why didn't you always?
The only thing that annoys me with weddings is the gift thing. Because, like, you buy these gifts, right, you spend a little bit of money, maybe, you know, I like to be a little bit lavish if I go into a wedding.
Oh.
Well, no, come on, you get a gift, right, you package
You're
it
having a
up.
laugh.
And I don't know about you, Rick, but I like to see the response. When I give a gift to someone, I want to see the feedback from that, you
Yeah.
know, this is very much, you know,
I want to see what it is that's Jane bought them on you know, and put
exactly.
my name to it, yeah.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I have to, "Oh, thanks for the," I go, "Oh, no worries."
no worries,
No
yeah.
worries. Yeah.
But, you know, certainly, I mean, we talked about it before, but certainly, you know, it's the amount of money spent and the amount of time given to the gift should be correlated by the amount of the response you get.
Absolutely.
If I give a book token, a shrug is fine. But if I give, you know, a sizable, I want them to be showing it to friends. If it's a bar, I want them to show it to the barman, other
You
people,
want to go,
strangers.
"Look what Steve Merchant got me,
Yeah.
he's the greatest man in the world."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You go to a wedding, you turn up with a gift, you could have spent, you know, upwards of £15 on it. You turn up, you walk in, you say, "Excuse me, where's the bride and groom? I want to give them this gift." And some bloke, normally the brother-in-law, says, "Oh,
Yeah,
no,
or
no,
the
no, no, no.
brother-in-law's mate.
Yeah, sorry, they're too busy to see you right now. Just stick the gift on this big table with all the other ones.
Yeah.
And, they'll get back to you.
In a week.
It may be 6 to 8 weeks after the honeymoon, they maybe write you a note. They won't thank you personally, they'll write you a note.
It'd be a general thank you,
It's
and
a general thank you.
your name in different type.
Yeah, but it might have some vague reference to, you know, to what you did, but it won't
Yeah.
really be personalised.
Yeah. The set of mugs, again, will be in different type.
Exactly.
Thank you, Steve Merchant,
Yeah.
for your wonderful gift. We love mugs. Yeah, yours.
Yeah, exactly. and a photocopied signature.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, it's not right, is it? Oh dear.
And also, of course, as well, if there's a baby involved, you know, perhaps they had a kid out of wedlock,
What
and
do you
that's why
mean?
they're getting married. There's normally the little baby signature as well.
Oh.
Like, oh, I hate that, like the baby signed it.
Oh.
From Paul and Sharon and little Billy.
Ben these
definitely
days.
Ben.
I reckon. What do you think, Carl? How was the wedding, by the way?
Did he buy a gift?
Suzanne sorted something out.
Yeah.
What?
I don't know. Oh, actually, no, we're going away, having a week away with them.
That's your gift.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
you're
we're going
buying?
away. No, we're going away to Cornwall or something, and yeah, that's it. We've sort of paid for a place to stay and come along and that.
And their gift is to spend a week with you in a confined
They'll
space.
love it. They'll have a great time and that.
Will they?
Yeah, it's fine.
Can
yeah.
can I get a pen? I'm making a note of how many times you say "and that" during today's show, and so far there's 3. I've noticed 3. I'm just gonna make a note because I think we can have a competition here. If you can predict how many times he's going to say "and that," the closest one wins some of the crap DVDs that we've got on offer. Which
Hold
we're
on,
giving away later.
tell me we've got a lad of 49.
Definitely.
Is this the book that you nearly finished reading, but you realised all the pages were in the wrong order?
Yeah.
He bought a cheap book, right, at a second shop, started reading it, loving it, then he started reading about this bloke, and he went from jail to school, and then he looked at the page numbers and they were all out of order.
How annoying is that?
You never read books, do you?
I never read one, right? And Suzanne, it was a weekend when we were going to Hastings because you two had done me head in, right? She said, "I'm going to take you away so you relax and what have you." So ended up not relaxing because it was like putting a jigsaw together. I'd started reading it on the train, thinking, loving this. It's a really interesting story about this fella who, you know, didn't have a great life as a kid. Starts getting into a bit of crime, what have you. Turns out to be the governor. But it wasn't as easy as that because, like you say, it was started off at school. Then he was in prison. And he's like, oh God, he started young. And then next thing he's like married. And he's like, hang on. He's like 12, and then he's had a heart attack, and then like, but I just thought it was part of the thing because I read chapter 1, and then it did say chapter 12, but I thought, right, it's like that sort of done in that stylish way that everyone's doing.
What kind of a biography?
Love the fact it went
Starts
down.
messing with the medium.
I was born in the East End. Take 1 onion, add some, this is
But it's the idea that an East End villain's going to write his autobiography, but think, yeah, I'm just going to play with the form a bit. I'm going to get quite postmodern with this.
No, but you know
He's
what I mean?
barely able to write, probably.
Yeah,
Oh,
well, they
you
did it
could
with-
say that
with-
about him, Steve. I wouldn't. I think he's an educated man. Go on, next, Carl.
But yeah, just because it was like 2 for a tenner, that shouldn't be like, oh well, you know, you got a good offer. So
No, that's rare.
It is,
I'm
yeah.
sure the bloke selling it did not know that the pages were out of order. Let's face it, Carl. You read it and didn't realise.
Yeah.
So you
I
can't
love
really
the fact
blame
that
him.
you got almost half the way through before you realised.
Yeah.
But anyway, you know.
Still, that'll teach you, and that's put you off books for life, hasn't it?
Well, I don't like getting into books now. I just read snippets of information.
Play record. Play record.
No, I was just going to tell you about a bit of information that I was reading,
Okay.
and I can't. Well, we play.
No,
record
I've got
first,
time for a bit of drivel before we play next tune.
Well, I'd rather hear a tune and come back for drivel, because I think people are tuning in for drivel, so let's tease them.
Okay.
Let's have a record, then some absolute shite from Karl Pilkington. Carl's found love on the street before, haven't you?
How's it going with your bird, Carl? Are you married?
No.
How long have you been out with her? Going out with her?
7 years.
Because, I mean, you're quite a simple man.
Yeah.
You're sort of a simple
In a nice way. I mean, you're like Helen from Big Brother.
Yes,
You're sort of nice enough, but...
But I look normal.
Well, yeah, you sort of do. But you could be one of those that just suddenly go mental with a pen.
Yeah,
Do you know
just
what I mean?
stab people through the eyes.
Yeah, yeah, you sort of look normal, but if I wouldn't really want to wind you up to a point of frenzy.
How did you meet your girlfriend?
Through work.
What, through her work? What, you phoned up and said
We worked at the same place.
Oh, you're right.
You're quite an enigma, aren't you? Could you give us more on that?
At work, you met her at work. What, she came in selling sandwiches? She was going through the bins outside. What do you mean you met her
Why
at
are you
work?
having an attack on me? You're the
not
one
having an
who's
attack
sad and lonely.
Oh, he's done you again! He's done you
Yeah, but what I thought was interesting was I
Nah.
just scratched at him and he just went mental.
Yeah, no,
It's like a
but
bear caught in a trap.
it's funny, isn't it? You'll never learn. Carl,
No, I was just interested to find out what the story was, because it might be a really romantic story.
Well, it's not.
Alright, jeez. I love the fact he
I
doesn't
was
want to
thinking
talk about his
you-
love affair.
I was thinking about you in the week, and like, does it worry you? I mean, you sort of joke about it now, and we're talking about it in the office, you know, like, oh, is Steve really touchy about the way he looks? And
Oh, what's this? Where's that come from?
he's done it again. He's done you again.
I was walking home the other night, and I was thinking about it. And do you worry that when you're old, you will be on your own?
You did start it though, didn't you?
Well, Carl, I'm glad you brought this up. because I mean, for me, you know, a lightweight, frothy entertainment show on XFM on a Saturday afternoon is exactly the place where I want to discuss the desperate, lonely future that's inevitable.
Doesn't she? Covering the World Cup, the African
Nations.
Cup. She's a sports journalist.
Well, yeah.
All right. Okay.
I love the fact you're thinking, what does that mean? Like, well, she's not much of a journalist, Rick, to be honest.
Oh.
I've read some of her stuff.
No, but she's not on air. She does stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
A lot of journalists do. You always want to make clear that you're not going out with Kate Adie. That's what you want to make clear, isn't it? Yeah. Now, so she'd seen none of the meteoric rise of Karl as a
Right, 'cause
broadcaster,
she's been away for the whole time
a
since you've sort of
raconteur,
become...
a wit,
Yeah.
a cult figure, to be honest. And he hadn't told her this. So apparently he went home and she was sitting there, looking a bit grumpy. He went, "All right." She went, "Yeah." She went, "Should we go out then?" She went, "I'm not sure I want to go out with an idiot." Right?
Oh, no!
Yeah, because, and she went, "Loch Ness Monster, won't you just think, of course the Loch Ness Monster lives in Loch Ness." And she was giving a bit of a hard time, and she went, "That's why I don't," he said, "that's why I didn't tell her, I didn't tell her really. Same thing happened when I was at school, and I had to play drums in Little Donkey."
Carl, are you thinking of starting a family?
Only if, like, an accident happens or something.
Yeah. Were you there, Rick, when we were chatting about this the other day?
Oh, yeah, no.
What did you say,
Well,
Carl?
we were talking about his career and because he's on MTV, and I was going, "Oh, you got to do this now." He's going, "Look, if it happens, it happens." I've said to Suzanne, "If it happens, it happens." She goes, "Well, what are your plans?" I was saying with a baby. She said, "Are we gonna have kids tonight?" I go, "Look, if it happens, it happens." I go, "Well, how would it happen?" He goes, "If a condom splits."
Amazing. I love the idea that that's the way you plan for a child. Imagine telling them that. Where was I conceived? Can't remember. The condom split.
Yeah, you're an accident.
I love that. The
Although
romantic nature of that is
Although I was
just
told I was an
extraordinary.
accident, but you know, it doesn't
Well,
matter,
fair
does it?
enough.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, but it doesn't
But
matter.
do many people sit down and say, right, do you think we should?
Yes.
Well, as they lay down.
Yeah.
I'm busy.
You can't play. You can't sit down. You haven't got time for that discussion.
No, it doesn't mean the conception. I think it means bringing up a child till it's 18.
But the thing is, as well, it's one of them, innit? It's like, if you think about having one, you go, well, the sort of negatives, you know, outweigh the positives,
Yeah.
I think. Right?
Go on.
But if you have one, you go, oh, it's not that bad, is it?
So what are the positives and what are the negatives?
Like I say, the negatives outweigh it. I can't think of that many positives. They get in the way, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Cost you a lot.
Cost a lot of money. Same with marriage. Like Suzanne's saying, oh, we get married, so what for?
Well, marriage doesn't cost anything.
Well, it does.
Well, no, if you go to the registry office and then
Yeah,
buy
but
a
then,
house.
but then what's the point?
Well, tax breaks, you know, presents.
I don't think you get them anymore.
Don't you?
I looked into that.
You old romantic. What would you rather have, a ring or a 3% saving?
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Well, I don't see the point anyway.
I got down on one knee and presented her with some inland revenue forms
yeah.
just to show the benefits.
That is great. I mean, if you are planning it, I think you got to involve me and Steve in the radio station, because it'll be. I mean, you take quite a lot on, don't you? So if you've got a kid at home and you're not sleepy, you haven't slept since you were 12, you've got this, you've got MTV, you've got a kid. You know, it might be one step too far, because I wouldn't want to push you over the edge.
Well,
Now, see, go on. Sorry.
no, I just was going to say, I was talking to Suzanne last night about it and saying, you know, about earning money and that, and she said, well, you're already sort of earn a little bit more than me. So, you know, if you get loads of money, she said, I'd be happy staying at home and doing nothing, maybe looking after a kid. I said, oh, so that's not happening.
Right.
I said, I could have a load of money now tucked away, I could have won some money and I wouldn't.
Okay.
I love the fact you're thinking, what does that mean? Like, well, she's not much of a journalist, Rick, to be honest.
Oh.
I've read some of her stuff.
No, but she's not on air, she does stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure.
A lot of journalists do. You always want to make clear that you're not going out with Kate Adie. That's what you want to make clear, isn't it? Yeah. Now, so she'd seen none of the meteoric rise of Karl as
Right,
a
'cause
broadcaster,
she's been away for the whole time
a
since you've sort of
raconteur,
become...
Yeah.
a wit,
Yeah.
a cult figure, to be honest. And he hadn't told her this. So apparently he went home and she was sitting there, looking a bit grumpy. He went, "All right." She went, "Yeah." She went, "Should we go out then?" She went, "I'm not sure I want to go out with an idiot." Right?
Oh, no!
Yeah, because, and she went, "Loch Ness Monster, won't you just think, of course the Loch Ness Monster lives in Loch Ness." And she was giving a bit of a hard time, and she went, "That's why I don't," he said, "that's why I didn't tell her, I didn't tell her really. Same thing happened when I was at school, and I had to play drums in Little Donkey."
Carl, are you thinking of starting a family?
Only if, like, an accident happens or something.
Yeah. Were you there, Rick, when we were chatting about this the other day?
Oh, yeah, no.
What did you say,
Well,
Carl?
we were talking about his career and because he's on MTV, and I was going, "Oh, you got to do this now." He's going, "Look, if it happens, it happens." I've said to Suzanne, "If it happens, it happens." She goes, "Well, what are your plans?" Same with baby. She said, "Are we gonna have kids tonight?" I go, "Look, if it happens, it happens." I go, "Well, how would it happen?" He goes, "If a condom splits."
Amazing. I love the idea that that's the way you plan for a child. Imagine telling them that. Where was I conceived? Can't remember. The condom split.
Yeah, you're an accident.
I love that. The
Although
romantic nature of that is
Although I was
just
told I was an
extraordinary.
accident, but you know, it doesn't
Well,
matter,
fair
does it?
enough.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, but it doesn't
But
matter.
do many people sit down and say, right, do you think we should?
Yes.
Well, as they lay down.
Yeah.
I'm busy.
You can't plan. You can't sit down. You haven't got time for that discussion.
No, it doesn't mean the conception. I think it means bringing up a child till it's 18.
But the thing is, as well, it's one of them, innit? It's like, if you think about having one, you go, well, the sort of negatives, you know, outweigh the positives,
Yeah.
I think. Right?
Go on.
But if you have one, you go, oh, it's not that bad, is it?
So what are the positives and what are the negatives?
Like I say, the negatives outweigh it. I can't think of that many positives. They get in the way, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Cost you a lot.
Costs a lot of money. Same with marriage. Like Suzanne's saying, we'll get married, so what for?
Well, marriage doesn't cost anything.
Well, it does.
Well, no, if you go to the registry office and then
Yeah,
buy
but
a
then,
house.
but then what's the point?
Well, tax breaks, you know, presents.
I don't think you get them anymore.
Don't you?
I looked into that.
You old romantic. What would you rather have, a ring or a 3% saving?
yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Well, I don't see the point anyway.
I got down on one knee and presented her with some inland revenue forms
yeah.
just to show the benefits.
That is great. I mean, if you are planning it, I think you got to involve me and Steve in the radio station because it'll be. I mean, you take quite a lot on, don't you? So if you've got a kid at home and you're not sleepy, you haven't slept since you were 12, you've got this, you've got MTV, you've got a kid. You know, it might be one step too far because I wouldn't want to push you over the edge.
Well,
Now, see, go on. Sorry.
no, I just was going to say, I was talking to Suzanne last night about it and saying, you know, about earning money and that, and she said, well, you already sort of earn a little bit more than me. So, you know, if you get loads of money, she said, I'd be happy staying at home and doing nothing, maybe looking after a kid. I said, oh, so that's not happening.
Right.
I said, I could have a load of money now tucked away, I could have won some money and I wouldn't tell you. I still want sort of that cheque offer every month. Because I get a cheque offer to sort of pay the bills.
Yeah.
And I think you need to keep that in a relationship.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? Work as a team.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not working as a team.
Of course it is.
Well, no, you share everything. Sharing everything is working as a team, whether you
Not
earn
you
most or whether
stashing
she-
some 35 grand back.
It's not like you think that, oh no, I won the pools, but I give her half, she'll get lazy, she'll just sit around the house doing nout. So she's still got to go to work in a job she hates.
Yeah.
I'll tell you though, she thinks that'd be the worst thing that could happen if we got a load of money. Because she'd want to go to Egypt, I'd say I'm not going.
Why would she want to go to Egypt?
I don't, that's what I said.
No, why would she, why does she want to go to Egypt? She wins a lot of money.
She said it's meant to be pretty good.
So the incredible wonders of the pyramids and the Sphinx and so on, that's not of any interest to you?
I've seen it though on the telly and that. I don't
Yeah.
want to go all that way just to see it.
Exactly.
Right.
No, exactly. That's
To
yeah.
experience other cultures, other lifestyles, travel broadens the mind.
Well, you don't.
No, not really.
You've seen enough different ones here, haven't you?
Yeah.
There's parts of Wiven. Oh, you haven't seen yet.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you don't want to make enough money. You don't want to make a lot of money because you're worried that Suzanne might want to go to Egypt.
And then that'll be
No.
And that's
I
gonna
don't
tear
want
you
to tell
apart.
her that I'm making a lot of money. I can still tuck it away.
Right.
And what will
And
you do with it? When
But when are you going to spend it?
when
What
you
spending
turn
it on?
up in a big converted limo, it goes da 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 da. Come on, we're going to bingo. Where'd you get the car from? Never thee mind. Right? What? Won't she be suspicious? When you've got a pet chimp. You know what I mean?
What are you? I mean, yeah. What would you spend it on? Is there nothing that you want for?
No, I've never. No, there's now at the moment. Honestly, it's. I'm quite happy. Do you know what I mean? I don't ask for much.
But you're not happy. You're always whinging and moaning.
Always whinging.
Clearly, there's something wrong.
What if someone gave you? Well, okay, right. Let's be serious. We're not talking about billions, right? But if someone gave you
a cash injection, just a one-off cash payment of £250,000, okay, what would you do with it? I mean, that's too easy, because that should obviously be a house. That should be the best house you can find in London.
I probably want to go and see a tornado.
Carl's in a bad mood already. He's been in about 3 minutes and he's in a bad mood, getting stressed. If you can't hack it, leave. What's the matter with you?
No, I'm just saying. It's been... I was meant to enjoy last Saturday off and I didn't.
Why not? Why is that our fault? Because you weren't here?
Just 'cause... I don't know, but...
Are you not in the Christmas spirit?
Why didn't you enjoy last Saturday?
What did you do?
I went all the way back up north again, right? Because, it was Suzanne's dad's birthday. Right, I was busy last week, didn't have time to get him a present or anything.
Didn't have time to get him.
So I got to Euston Station, bought a card for him, which was a Christmas card, so he wasn't happy because he was saying it's my birthday, and I said, well, I won't be seeing you again. So I've got a joint card, and then we went out.
Did you get him a present?
Well, no, because we went out on Saturday night for something to eat at this pub that he likes. It does nice steak and onion rings, right?
Lovely.
So he should have been happy anyway.
Yeah.
But
What, you paid for it?
no.
But you should have been happy anyway.
Suzanne paid for that because it is her dad, right, not mine. So I said, all right, what can I do? I said to her. So she said, just buy a few drinks or something. Anyway, I didn't get around to getting drinks. 'cause he
I
didn't
can't
say that
believe
long.
it.
Didn't get
Can't believe it.
round to getting the
Right,
drinks.
so
Right.
I said, right, I'll pay for the cab. Right?
Oh, what a lovely Christmas gift that is.
Yeah,
So-
£2.50.
I paid, no, it was like
in
3
Manchester
quid
it
there,
is.
3 quid back.
So
Oh.
6 quid you spent on him.
Well, no, I spent more, see, that's what he said. He
You
said,
get a
oh,
Bolton and back, can't
he
you, for that?
said, oh, you've spent on me 6 quid for my birthday. I said, no, I haven't, because I gave the taxi driver a tip.
I'm a little bit worried about his attitude as well. Because even if, I mean, that is a stingy present, but you don't say...
Well, I mean, let's be honest, that's the worst Christmas gift ever, because, I mean, you're pretty bad, like we've discussed in the past, but at least you spend a bit of money.
Yeah.
It's just thoughtless.
Yeah.
This is nothing.
I
You haven't
know.
given him any time. I mean, I would...
And I knew my demographic. They loved it,
Oh,
my
yeah,
family.
yeah, the
they couldn't
scratch
believe their luck. You know.
Well, a tenner.
You spent a tenner on him.
Well, the cab fare was 6 quid.
But the thing is, he doesn't. It's not. I don't think he's saying that. I think it's the fact that this is like, you know, frittering away in
it's
everyday life.
kind of
He would
thoughtless, isn't it?
have loved to. I'm sure he would have been appreciative of a lovely £10 gift that you cared about and bought. A book he probably likes, Fly Fishing, doesn't he, by J.R. Hartley? If you'd have bought that, he'd have gone, "That's what I was looking for." Or what I was looking for, Carl. Bloody hell, Carl, you little bald twat. That's just what I wanted. So. All right, so just calm down.
So what have you got planned for Christmas? Is this what, I mean, are you doing the same approach with
Carl,
Suzanne?
excellent. You've paid me milk bill for this week. That were nice.
I'm spent this year.
So
That's it.
have you planned anything for Suzanne, or are you just
Yeah,
gonna...
I'm taking her out Christmas Day for something to eat.
Well,
Right.
does she know that? Was that?
She's working today, so she, you know, so...
Right, okay.
So what Christmas gift have you got?
That's it, I'm taking her out.
What, you haven't got a present?
No, because we spent a lot
Don't
this
forget
year.
that's half yours though. You're going to be eating. You're not going to just be sitting there watching her eat, going, "Oh, I'm hungry, but I spent all." You're going to be eating as well. That's half yours.
So she's got
Look at his
nothing to unwrap.
He looks like a cat who's
But
been
wait a
hit.
minute, she's got nothing to unwrap. There's nothing. She's going to hand something over to you, because I've met the woman. She will. She'll hand something over. You'll open it. You'll love it.
I might get something today.
But you shouldn't take me to begrudgingly persuade you to do it.
God.
Yeah.
Right.
Right, so...
Yeah. Well, we're gonna. It's time for White Van Man.
White Van Man.
Just
Yes, for
explain
those
what
that,
it is.
that don't buy the Sun, they think it's beneath them. White Van Man is a column they have, I think, every day actually, and they just get sort of some, you know, Joe Public to kind of comment on the week's news. Just seemed to me, you know, that it might be interesting to get Carl's views on some of the big events.
Not because we think that Carl hasn't got a valid sort of viewpoint.
No.
Because Carl sees the world differently to some people. That's all. And that's what's interesting. You know, like an artist does, or a.
Exactly. Yeah, he's very bohemian in his outlook.
Yeah.
Do you feel that you're up to scratch on this week's news?
I don't like this, but
Don't you?
Don't just relax.
Why not?
it's pressure.
No, because you
It's
just
not
have
best,
to give
just-
us your first
just
opinions.
for your honest answer. That's all we've ever asked of you, Carl, and it's all you've ever given us. Your honest, your first from the heart view. Yeah.
All
Don't
right.
worry, just relax.
Just chill out.
Are you worried that people are listening and thinking you're an idiot?
If my girlfriend's listening now, go and have a wash or something.
Go and have a walk.
Not very nice, is it? Is it the opposite of Napoleon and Josephine? Yeah, go on, go on. If you're going to visit me again, Josephine, for Christ's sake, wash.
Well, I'll ease you in with something fairly easy, a music-based question. Kylie Minogue versus Dido as Queen of the Brits. What's your view there?
Go and have a wash.
It doesn't really matter, does it?
What does it really matter?
With the Brits.
What do you make of the real-life Mowgli who's surviving in a Transylvanian countryside? Apparently, I don't know much about this story.
I don't know.
You know Mowgli, he's the
that
guy
one
from
of
the
them?
Jungle Book.
Yeah.
The little kid that grew up with bears and animals and stuff. Apparently there's a real-life one in Transylvania.
What were the things in Gremlins?
What were the what? In Gremlins they were...
Well,
Gremlins.
wait. Okay, this is an example. This is what your girlfriend said. Think. What were the things in Gremlins called?
I can't remember.
Just, I mean,
It's
really.
something like that, isn't it?
No, wait. Just really think now, Carl. Just with everything you've ever, with all the brain power you've ever used, think what the things in Gremlins were called.
It's not there.
There's a clue here.
Oh no.
Yeah. By the way, you know when he was talking about Mowgli? You know he was going to talk about Mowgli and you said, oh, what are the Gremlins called?
Yeah.
Were you thinking of, Mugwai.
Yeah, but they
To
were
be
still...
fair,
They were
called Gremlins. Yeah.
Yeah,
He was,
but-
yeah. I know what you're thinking. I know, to be fair.
But my girlfriend won't be listening now, so she'll still think I'm a bit daft.
Why would she ever think that? How long have you been going out with her?
About 8 years.
Well then, why would she ever think you're daft? That's the only stupid thing you've ever said, the Mogwai thing. Why would she ever think she's going out with a, to be honest,
Mm.
a retard?
I think it's a very beautiful relationship you must have, you know. Because it's odd, like, I mean, she's a professional journalist or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, and she works for, is it, Radio 5 or something?
BBC Sport.
BBC
TV.
Sport. And you're a man who never
presumably,
even got
her
your exam
English
results.
quite good. Is English quite good? Her?
Really good.
Yeah?
So,
And did she do her exams?
yeah, she's quite bright.
Sure. So what do you bring to the relationship?
I think take the pressure off her.
Take the pressure off her to do what?
You know, like, when she's had a stressful day and she comes home and talks to me, I think...
Yeah.
You would relax me, and that's the truth. I honestly, but you know, Carl, he can just go, wow, it's all right. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't, he don't get stressed. He sits in his little booth now. He doesn't talk to anyone. His little sound booth all the week, and you're in your own little world, aren't you? Steve.
Yes.
Carl came round to my flat.
Mm.
It was Tuesday night, wasn't it?
Nice place.
Now, thanks. Now, last week after the show, I think you guys were in the time you were in the toilet. Right, Carl got out the lottery ticket that he bought. He went, "I'm feeling really confident tonight." He was going. I was going. I laughed. He went, "No, seriously." He said, "Look at the numbers," and I looked at them, and I think they were 4, 6, 8, 20, 36, 48, weren't they? He's going, "I just got a feeling about those." I went, "Sure." He went, "Although, you know, my girlfriend said that, you know, if I won the lottery, we'd probably split up because we like such different things, meaning she likes to travel and he doesn't." And so he said, so what I said was, "Well, if I win, then I won't tell you. I'll just treat you a little bit more." Brilliant.
That's brilliant logic.
That is great. Anyway,
I'll look after her.
Oh, I imagine you take care of her, yeah. Yeah, you're a good guy. How would you do it then? You just sneak little gifts in, slowly over many years.
Yeah.
You don't think she'd rumble the fact that you, like, don't work anymore and drive a Lamborghini?
Well, I'd still do this, I think.
What, just like as a kind of beard, as a cover story?
Yeah, just pop
So
in
you'd
and-
pretend to come to work, but maybe off partying and stuff in the daytime?
Yeah.
Clever.
now, he didn't win.
Okay.
I phoned him up Saturday night, he went, one number. One number. I think it was 8, wasn't it?
Yeah,
It was
well, there was a lot of 8s on my piece of paper, wasn't there? So I think it was either an 8 or an 18 or a 48.
And he went, and he was disappointed. He said, "Waste of time." I went, "Well," he said, "No, waste of time." He said, "I've worked it out." I went, "Go on." He went, "There are 26 letters in the alphabet." I went, "Yeah." He went, "Think how many words you can make out of them." He went, "There are 48 numbers on the lottery." I went, "Yeah, 60 million to 1." He went, "Yeah, not
And
worth it."
I looked into that in the week, right? And there's even less letters in the Welsh alphabet. They've only got 20, and yet they've got loads of words as well. So even 20, the chances, if there was 20 numbers and you had to pick 6 winners, it'd still be really,
Unlikely.
yeah.
Yeah, you should be a mathematician. And anyway, so we got talking about it. We got talking. That was me, him, and Jane, right there. And I told Jane that he said about, oh, if you won the lottery, you know, he doesn't like travel. And she went, "Why do you like travelling?" And he went, "Well, I don't like planes. I'm really scared of planes and that." And she went, "Well, if you won the lottery, you could have a world cruise." And he went, "No." She went, "You don't fancy it?" I went, "No." He said, "If you go on a world cruise, what do you do next year?"
I know
Gay people.
I
Go
know a
out
few
late.
gay people, and they start to party late on. That's
Yeah.
why in Soho, right?
Yeah.
Girlfriend got in a cab, right? Suzanne was in a cab, and the cab driver was taking her to an early start, right? She works at the BBC.
Yeah.
Early start, 4 in the morning. It was going down. It was mental in Soho at 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
They were all still like starting the night out.
How do you know
Whereas-
how do you know they're gay?
It's Soho, isn't it?
Obese.
It's always when my girlfriend's working away. I always think about odd things,
Do you?
odd times.
Doesn't she leave you shiny things or videos in so you don't get too depressed? You can
Well, last night when I sent you that text, that was
right.
Right, let's play a record. This sounds intriguing, because I'm worried
It is
that Carl's a
intriguing.
bit-
It's incredible. Right, play a record. Right, wait for this text that Carl sent me. Woke up this morning, yeah.
feeling fine.
It's not a blues song, and I turned my phone on, and it was from Carl, and it went, "Forget it, I've made my mind up." And I thought,
Wow.
what is that? And I phoned
Forget
him.
it, I've made my
Yeah, I
mind.
went, "Carl, what is it?" He went, "Oh no, it's about the text I sent you last night." I went, "Well, what was it? I just got this text." He went, "Oh, I was just wondering, I was thinking last night." He said, "Supposing you had to have your hands removed,
Sure.
right?" And the doctor said, "Well, you can either have them stay like that with stumps, or I can sew feet there. What would you have?" And I was bleary-eyed, and I went, "The stumps." He went, "Yeah." I went, "All right." He went, "Yeah."
And then
And
what
that-
was his follow-up text to that?
And then I got the text, it was obviously before it, and it went, and it was like quite serious. What would you do if surgeon not doing your hands? Would you have stumps or the feet? Right? Now the way, when I said, he'd made his mind up, and I went, the stumps, he went, yeah. I think secretly he decided on the feet, but was too embarrassed to tell me.
There's a little bit of what would you do? Because
But why did you think of this? Why did you think of this?
Girlfriend's
this come
away,
about?
right?
Yeah, no, that's not why you start thinking bizarre
I'll tell
surgery
you now,
devices.
right? I'll let you into my little mind, right? Last night, I had some beans on toast, right? She was away,
It's good already.
She was away, she had some beans on toast, she
Yeah.
went wild.
Yeah.
right? Now, I was stood up. I live on like on a high street, right? So I'm washing up. I'm looking out the window. First thing that had my attention is I can look into other people's flats, right?
Yeah.
And it was weird how all these different lives were going on. I was watching them, and everybody had the telly on and was watching Volcano, right? Which was on last night.
Right.
And I thought, oh, that's weird, right? I can see them all watching it. And it was like a little Chinese lad who was dancing around in some underpants. And then there's a little old woman who lives downstairs who was reading a book, and she's always reading a book every night, and it's like, I have a better life than her. And then there's like some sort of bouncer who's always getting ready to go out late at night
Yeah.
with all the black on. He looks like a bouncer. So I was watching all this life going on. I thought,
Did you witness a murder while you were doing this?
Yeah.
it was like that sort of Sliver film where that bloke had loads of tellies watching
Yeah,
people's
sure.
lives. So that was going on in my mind, and then I was washing up, and I picked up the plate, and I thought, oh, it's amazing, isn't it? The human body, the way you can just sort of, you know, I want to pick that up, and you do.
Yeah.
And the way your hands work, right?
Yeah.
You've got 5 little digits, but it's just the right amount to do
Yeah.
to do what you've got to do, right? So I'm cleaning the plate.
Sorry, Carl. Stop. It's just the right amount. Might be one of the most genius things I've ever heard said. I would love David Attenborough to phone you up and say, "Carl, how do I word this about the evolution of the mammalian front limb?" Just go, we'll just say it's the right amount. Isn't it?
But it is.
It
one,
is,
One
of course
extra
it
would
is.
get in the way.
Yeah.
And one less would just make it that little bit more tricky when picking up a bit of a slippery dish.
Sure, or buying gloves. Yeah.
A slippery dish.
So then I was thinking,
Oh.
alright, imagine like going to the doctors and he's saying, yeah, everything's alright, your heart's good and everything, but
Your art's good? What, your Larry's, or?
yeah, your heart, you're in good form and what have
Sure.
you. It's good news. You know, I had Jono in earlier. He's not looking good.
Yeah. Fat Waller.
But you're alright, but your hands need to come off.
Right. Blimey. That's bad. Like, I'd get a second opinion initially.
But I better good news, I've got a nice pair of feet I can
Sure.
sort you out with.
Yeah.
And he puts them on, and then I was thinking, right, first of all, washing up, what would that be like? I thought,
Steve.
that'd be
It's
tricky.
right. Yeah.
And then the second thing was, it'd probably ruin the sort of the shape of your jumper.
Because you have to keep putting the feet through there. Yeah.
And then I thought, but I could still cycle in
Okay.
to work.
You could run in.
Well, that's the thing.
You'd be really fast.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I thought I could still cycle because I could balance, and then I thought, but the only thing is I probably couldn't pull the brakes. Because of the little short things.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, like you, I thought, but then again, you're running in half the time. So that's what was going on in last night.
Right.
That's what I was thinking about. But see, you know, my girlfriend's always saying, you know, what impresses you?
Yeah.
You know, because she was saying the other day, do you want to go to Egypt? And I said, no, not really.
No.
She goes, well, don't you want to see the pyramids?
Not interested.
It's like, I've seen them on the telly.
Okay.
You know,
Sure.
are they going to be that much more amazing when you see them
Yeah,
in real
good
life?
point, good point, good point.
Uh,
How did you ever move out of your street in Manchester?
But hang on, no, sorry, I'm interested to know because this is something that that he came up with, and this is someone that loves him and that he respects. So I'm interested to see what was your answer to what impresses you.
I don't think I did answer it. I just said, you know, the odd
You
thing.
just said I'm asleep.
Little things. Little things, like I ran home the other night and said, oh, I've just learnt something today. She goes, go on. And, you know Lego bricks?
Oh yeah.
The name came about because some kid's mum, the kid was messing with the bricks, and she said, let go of them and come and have your dinner.
Play record.
It's got to be rubbish. It's got to be
Play
rubbish.
It's always rubbish, isn't it?
I mean, the one thing I do like about this show, for all its faults, is the
Honesty.
yeah. I mean, that can be good and bad. I mean, it's. I mean, some people think it's sloppy, arrogance, laziness. You know,
They'd be
thoughtlessness. Yeah, but I like to think it's honesty. It's like a peek into the mind and workings of Karl Pilkington. He just said to me, because he was shaking, because he said to me, and I quote, he said, oh, he's just whittering to himself, I must remember to eat next time Suzanne's away.
I know. I know.
I must remember to eat next time Suzanne's away.
No, but you did. I mean, I wonder if I lived on my own if I'd still be about. Because I just neglect myself.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for all I've eaten
A
this
lot of
morning,
self-abuse. Is that what you're
I
saying?
had lasagna last night that I messed up, right?
Why did you mess it
Cooked
up?
it for too long. It was like a brick. Right? And she called up and said, have you eaten? I went, yeah. She went, was it nice what you have? I said, lasagna. Was it nice? I thought, I don't want her to worry, because she's probably been out and had a good meal with all the work people.
Yeah.
I didn't want to say, well, you know.
And she went, okay, bye, bye. And I go, that car, yeah, I bet he cooked it like a brick. I bet he threw it away. Anyway, gin and tonic.
And I had Scotch pancakes for breakfast. That is all I've had. So I'm starving, I'm shaky. Plus I've got that restless leg syndrome still going on, which I can't get rid of.
What's restless leg syndrome?
I find, if I go to bed, right, my body's tired but my legs aren't.
Are you like Michael Flatley?
You have to get up and do a bit of tap dancing.
Do they just keep going even
Just
when
keep-
you're
keep
asleep?
moving about, so I have to get up and stretch them or something. Or I've worked out that if I put a pillar on like the bedpost down at the other end,
Yeah.
if I have my legs higher than my heart, it calms it down a bit.
Is this why Suzanne works away so often?
I don't know, it's weird.
To get a decent night's sleep.
I put it down to Smarties and that. It's like a sugar thing. But,
Stop eating them.
apparently Bob Mortimer's got it as well.
No, he's got arthritis.
Was he?
You told me
Yeah.
in the week that you've mastered moonwalking.
Yeah. Yeah, I can do that.
Is that one of the things you did, like, in the middle of the night?
It's moon sleepwalking.
Yeah.
He just gets out, he finds himself walking backwards and
Yeah.
wakes up and goes, oh god, I'm brilliant. I'm brilliant at this.
Right,
So-
so, listen, what we're doing now, are we doing, we getting a debate going about... Actually, right?
Go on. We're struggling, go on.
No.
You can help me out here, Carl. You've got an idea. I can see it in your eyes. He's got a brilliant idea. Wait for it. Go on.
No. It's something, when I was looking on the web,
Yeah.
found something out.
Go on.
It's a story about a woman who had a baby.
What are you talking about?
Now, listen, Carl, you're going on holiday. You need a little rest, don't you?
Yeah.
What's the vibe? What's the vibe of the day? What's the
Just,
crack on holiday? Come on.
Where are you going?
Madeira.
Right.
Good.
It's for Suzanne's dad, right? My girlfriend's dad. He's 60, so
Yeah,
She's
that's the
taking-
average age in Madeira.
checking,
I've been.
is it?
It's quite, yeah.
Well, they're
My mate
checking-
Damo went to Madeira, and he was worried about sort of terrorism on the plane, and he looked around and he thought, well, if someone gets up, someone will wrestle him to the floor, and he looked around,
and he was the only one he realised could have got out of his seat quickly enough. So you'll enjoy it. It's quite quiet. It's nice.
It'll be alright. I mean, it's the first time a mum and dad have been away, so...
Whatever.
Abroad, yeah. So
Right.
they're worrying about... They just don't understand the rules and stuff, so they're panicking a bit. And then in the week he called
they know
up...
What,
that
they're
they've
trying
got
to take, they're gonna take livestock.
Yeah.
Well, it's getting like that. It was like...
Are they filling loads of Durex with heroin as we speak?
Exactly.
No, but do they know about passports expiring? Don't they? I mean, they're not completely stupid.
they know about all that, right?
Yeah.
And he called up in the week, one of the questions said, what's the best thing, when you're going abroad, what's the best thing to use to carry tea bags? So it was like, what are you worrying about that for? They'll sell tea bags out there. And he's like, well, we want to take our own. It's like, they'll sell tea bags.
Yeah.
And he's worrying about that. He's saying, can I put it in a glass jar? So put it in a glass jar then. He's saying, oh, I'll bubble wrap it. So he's bubble wrapping a tea thing. It's just, I mean, it is annoying me a bit, because it's meant to be a week off from you annoying me, and already he's niggling me.
Yeah.
But you are easily wound up. You are a very finicky little fussy person. You don't like the slightest bit of pressure. See, I thrive on pressure. I'm working here, working there.
That's the way I
bang.
work as well. That's always doing stuff, monkey news. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, Monkey News. I got an email.
Songs
I
of
won't read
phrase.
it to on air. It's rubbish. But
Yeah,
that's one
not-
feature.
it's not
That's my
easy
bit
as
done.
that.
That's
It's not
all I
easy
have
as
to
that.
do.
Well, I'll tell you what, when I'm away next week, do monkey news and see what you can find out. Alright?
Carl Pilkington is on holiday as we speak.
Where has he got? Mauritius, was it?
Madeira.
Madeira.
I think, with his girlfriend's parents. You remember last week he was worried they'd never been abroad, and her dad was saying, what's the way to pack tea bags?
Yeah.
Carl's going, you get him over there. He's going, can I put him in a jar? He goes, put him in a jar. I phoned him up in the week, just before he went, I think Friday, said, have a nice time. And, out Sunday, and he said, guess what he's doing now? What? He said, he's packing margarine.
Of course he is.